Just sort out. Well, you're going back, so don't do that before I come up. If I can stay there until you tell me the reverse or whatever. Now what do you Oké, Etienne. Huh? Itu sih nanti. Tak. Tapi. Okay, but slowly, chap.
What is he doing out?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got ourselves stuck on this ridge here, so what he's doing is we've unspooled the winch cable. He's going to fasten the tree strap and the D-shackle, connect the winch cable, and then we'll get this vehicle over this bump and then hopefully be able to drive the rest of the way.
Are you winching it out because you've got no traction on the height?
Yeah, what happened is we lost traction on the back wheels, so now the wheels are continuously spinning, so we've got to get those wheels back onto solid ground again.
Dit is een challenge obstacle. Challenge patches stel, rollback stel. Als je de seal is recht, druk je stopbord, als je aan kan uitgaan met die bumper uit die obstacle uit is je wat klaar. Kan het ook? Je mag niet, je rijden voeten. Als je wil kijken, de derde tijd is je kijkt. Hij kan loop en je wijst hoe moet je rijden nou.
Voor ons begin, maar voor ons
begin. Ja, je begin, als je stopbord drukt, dan begin je, dan kan hij kijken voor je op en je wijst.
Julle is ons marshal. Sonder julle. Het is vir ons en dan ons het nie te doen.
Volgende jaar, ry julle.
Dan gaan ons dit aanspreek. wrong? What went wrong?
Yeah, we went fine at first.
I didn't listen to my navigator and I was half asleep. Easy as that.
Approach the obstacle.
My approach to the obstacle was completely wrong because I didn't listen to my
navigator. I went in before he said I should. My fault.
You would have followed a different route.
I would have followed a different route.
Okay, better wait till the next one.
Renee, what is the object of this stage in the one challenge?
Oh, this is the obstacle one. The object is to see who can do the fastest time up here. You don't really need a winch to go up here. And if you touch a banners, it's minus 20 points. If you have a rollback, it's minus 20 points as well. And that's about it.
And you said the fastest guy that's been up here with the long wheelbase Land Rover.
That's right, so far, yes.
How many cars have you had going through here? Four.
Yes.
Apparently there's another 26, well there are 26 cars entered in the competition. We've got 4 and they came through with drips and drags.
That's right, yes.
That's fine.
Yeah, the reason for that is so that they can't see what the other guys do to get up here.
I see, and at each stage you keep them back, say, 50 meters or
That's
so,
right,
so they
yes.
can't see the stage, or they can't walk the stage
That's
before
right.
the time out. Excellent.
How would you say is the correct way to approach this obstacle?
I would say with a bit of speed.
Okay, and yeah, normal?
So that the momentum could carry you up the hill.
That's right, yes.
Okay, great.
Have you had any previous experience with off-road challenges like these?
No challenges. We do lots of weekend playing, but no challenges.
What did you think about the last task?
It was a little bit challenging, a bit tight for the long wheel bases, but it was, if you get it right from the start, you make it.
In retrospect, talking about the last task, what would you have done differently? Your approach, or just changed the wheelbase a little bit?
Yeah. No, nothing.
What modifications could you have done to simplify that task?
Not very much, because the top corner was very tight, right? Very narrow, so you had to make almost a 90 degree on all there's too many twisters there. So I think maybe diff lock front back, right? And definitely power steering. Would have helped with that. Yes. It actually gets more difficult, I think, because the moment you can spin it out, you get stuck on the top wheel, spin it out, and it gets more difficult.
Vasteken.
Achteruit.
Ja, windje achteruit, sorry. Ja, maar hij heeft speling opgevat terwijl hij gevlogen.
Philip Lochner.
We saw you winching up there.
I think in relative terms it can still get tougher. It was quite steep. There certainly wasn't enough traction. So I'm convinced that winching was required. But judging by the fact that you didn't require a double winch, that to me tells me that it wasn't all that tough.
At how many angles would you put this in?
At its steepest part I would guess 35 to 40 degrees.
Roll? Which name?
Stephen Mankies.
Stephen, you did a lot of talking and waving while your driver was coming up the hill. Is communication quite important at Claasen when you do a task like this?
Yes, I think it's very important, especially in this instance where I couldn't actually see the driver's face. So I didn't really know if he was understanding what I was saying because of the light on the windscreen.
Have you got signs for that particular maneuver?
Yes, there are accepted standard signs which we use.
When means winching, what safety aspects do you take into consideration?
I think the biggest safety aspect is the danger around the cable which you need to consider. There's always the chance of the cable getting damaged or breaking. also the way it rolls up, and then of course the vehicle, the passenger.
Open up.
Wat is gebeur dat jy nou prakties verloor het op die keer van die...
My agterwiel het klip ingepakt. Ek moes die klein beetje weier probeer van het. Het is niet gewerkt.
What you guys gonna do next?
What we can do, we loop the winch, right? Preferably run it through the snatch block, alright? So that we can get a bit more power out of it, not burn our windshield like the previous guys did. And once the back wheels are just on top here, then we can unhook it and go. Out. Until the snatch block. Put a clutch in and a right hand brake. Klaar achter. Laat hem teruglopen. Huh? Die rastrap uit onder die wielsteen. Goed, oké.
vir my in die voertuig asseblief?
Hier, Pieter.
Hij vroeg op laat ik ook.
Are you doing punch sticks this morning?
Ja, ik weet dat wanneer het op is, maar nou dit weet. Ja, maar dan kan het was
Okay. The winch up. Okay. No assistance from the vehicle. Okay. Okay. The nose is everything against palm. On the other side, just follow the banners. There's a hook at in the ground. Winch down backwards. Okay. Navigate in the vehicle after you finish everything. Back into here. There's a gate here. As soon as you get to the gate, everything's back to where the pipe stops.
Were you involved in the government? How does it compare going uphill and winching equally as good? Better vehicle as well. The weight of the vehicle affects it. It does, yeah. Definitely. This vehicle weighs about 800 kilograms less than that. We've got the same power winch, so at the end of the day it must make a difference.
You've got to get the spare wheel across the river to that tree on the other side. Then you must bring this, once you get the spare wheel there to your friend who's got a flat, you can bring his tire back.
Dudley, you bring the wheel. I'll hook it up and you swing the wheel across. There's your lighter going, huh? That's the right in the back.
Must make use of your winch. You can't carry the wheel. You must take it across with the winch. You don't have to winch it across, but you must make use of your cable.
You've got to go from here, take it across there, then you've got to bring it back.
That's correct. And then you must roll up your cable, pack your stuff and get into the vehicle. We stop the clock.
Come fetch, Dippy.
Yes, boss.
Okay.
Operated with Warren winches. Give us a little bit of history on the company as well.
Well, Warren was formed in 1948. The first thing they actually brought out were the three-wheel hub. The excess jeeps coming out of the war, Second World War, they actually made hubs for the jeeps. In 1968, they made their first winch, which is still on some of the vehicles today. Well, there are three different applications of winches. There is for the ATVs, the little four-wheelers. They manufacture winches for those and universal winches. They can be used off of motor vehicle. And then there's what we call the recovery vehicle, the RV market, which is what we've got here today. And that's the main line of winches that Warren sell. And from there they go from a 5,000 pound up to a 12,000 pound. And then over and above that they do industrial winches, which are hydraulic and electrical. And there they go up to 20,000 pounds.
going on its own.
Well, I guess that's us out the race now. No? That's the winch stop.
Okay.
Huh?
We'll bolt the one off the back and put it up.
Okay, can you come forward a little bit? Nee, hij brandt hem nog, wacht. Nee. Zijn het weer uitgeshot?
Twee opera.
Ja, dat is wat die batterij geshot is.
Okay. You can take this back. No, thanks.
Fortunately, we did not use it.
Okay, just come forward a little bit. We can see if we can.
Where did the idea for the Warn Challenge start?
Well, Warn themselves initiated their Warn challenges, and they asked me earlier this year if we could run one in South Africa. So it's got the full backing of Warn. It's to put the winches right through their paces as much as they can, and to give the competitors a competition. When Warn asked us to run an event like this, we needed somebody to organise it for us. So we got hold of the SA Jeep Club, and they've organised the event for us on behalf of Warn, and this venue is their venue. That's why we're here.
Are you pleased with the course?
Yes, we are pleased. The brief we gave them for the event was to say that we need to look at driving skills and winching skills. We wanted some of the obstacles to be driving that could be driven right through, but if the driver got stuck, he could use the winch. And we also wanted purely winching obstacles, and this they've done. I think it's been very good what they've actually achieved.
How many entries did you expect?
Well, initially we looked at 50 entries, but when we looked at the actual venue and how we were going to organise it, we decided to go to 30. We had 30 entries at the beginning of the week, but unfortunately three had to pull out, so we actually started with 26.
You need to recharge your battery. Okay, we decided on having only a speed, and if you keep by that speed, you will be able to finish best time. Now the time is obvious, a fixed time, because of the speed and the distance that only we know. So the only thing they get is a maximum average speed, and if they stick to that, they will be in a perfect time, which will give them 100% points. Slower, less points; faster, less points.
This is where they start thinking, how are they doing?
Up to this stage, only one person is very close to perfect, and we could see that it wasn't because of they actually see how it works. It was just, I think, as I would have put it, luck.
When matching the winch with the vehicle, is that what you take in consideration? Just explain that to me.
Well, whatever the total mass of the vehicle is, that's whether it's loaded. Looking at it, if you're going to do trips into Africa, take the total mass of the vehicle, and should be at least 1.5 times. Today, some of the winches have been under capacity for the vehicles, and there have been problems with those winches. So I would say for a normal vehicle, don't look at under 8,000 pounds. And they still go by pounds, the winches, because they're American. And that's how we grade them. A M8000 would be 8,000 pounds.
Hey guys! They got under the tension. Okay, it's fine.
Most common mistake made by off-roaders when purchasing a winch.
I think that they mustn't look at the cheapest winch they can get. They need at least 1.5 times the total mass of the vehicle, whether it's loaded or not. And they should rather go over capacity than under capacity. So don't go for cheapness, rather buy a winch that is adequate for the vehicle. I think that's the most common mistake.
When winching, what safety precautions should be taken in consideration?
Well, there's a number of safety precautions, and this whole event is around safety precautions. We looked at the scoring in the event. Is one of the factors is time. The other is safety on the winch, how to winch safely, wear gloves, don't step over the cable, things like that. And the other one was looking at the environment. We actually said that there must be protection of the environment. So another factor is they must use protectors around trees and things like that. The whole event is looked at at dealing with the environment and not harming the environment at all as well.
Why don't I see any spectators?
One of the problems is, as you can appreciate, where we're having the event would be very difficult to control spectators. We wanted spectators, but unfortunately there's just no room for spectators, and it would get out of hand and be dangerous.
So it's not just the safety aspect, it's also the venue that can only accommodate so many people.
That's right, and also because of yesterday's, where the event was run yesterday in the mountains, there's only a single road, and spectators can't follow. I think you found yourself trying to find the actual tasks in the event was quite difficult for trying to get past the traffic of the vehicle, the competitors. And this is a problem. You can't have competitors running spectators running all over the place.
Right.
Warren run the events. They run the similar events in England and Spain and in Portugal, and they were looking for us to have a similar type of event. Warren also run what they call adventures, which cross Transylvania and things like that. So when they asked us to actually do the event, our company, AXA Distributing Company, that distributes the Warren winches, we never had any expertise in this field. So that's when we actually contacted the SAG Club, because they've got all the expertise. They know what to do in an event like this or similar type of event. We believe there's not been an event like this in South Africa before. So when I approached Dirk van Wyk and Pieter Claasen and said, could they help organize an event, they actually took over the whole organization and running of the event for us. And that's what you see today is their work. And all the voluntary marshals that came and helped them from other 4x4 clubs, the enthusiasm surrounding the event has been reward for us, just to see how happy the guys are to compete in an event like this. And we hope that it will grow from this point. We need to assess this event after the event and see the fact of whether we should have spectators, whether we should have two classes. So we've learned a lot from this event. One of the things we've learned is that we mustn't have under-capacity winches. So that we'll be more strict on, because the winching exercise we do here is far more difficult or in excess for what the winches were designed for. It's continual winching.